Hey guys, this is Becky. I am back with another process video. Today I am doing this layout, another layout for challenges at a cherry on top. I am going to be using this white paper as my background and these two photos right here. I went ahead and matted the photos on some white cardstock before I had started filming. Right here I'm trying to figure out what colors I want. Now these photos, they're photos from an exhibit at a museum. So we have some red and some green and some yellow, and I am going to be sticking pretty close to those colors. Here I'm gonna, in a few minutes, I'm gonna find this a paper that has like, it's multicolored because I wanted more colors than just that. But in the end, it is on the page, but you don't even notice that multicolored paper. At least I don't. Not with, to my eye, I do not notice it. I am going to be cutting some strips. Now, one of the challenges was a sketch challenge, and you can see it right there in the top right hand corner. You can see how it has several strips. It also has some papers layered up under the photos in the center. I pretty much skipped that whole layered paper part on this one and just go with the strips and basically a big thick band, which is that right there, that multicolored paper. Now I did already pull out my title. The red font is a Bella Boulevard, those wonky alphas. Do you remember when those came out? That is in the red, so the two T's, and then the white one is the Pink Fresh Studio little white kind of like puffy alphas from the Simple and Sweet line. I did get a couple of those. I really enjoyed those. Oh my gosh, I didn't tell you guys this. When I was at Hobby Lobby today, they have those Paige Evans little foam thickers that I love so much, those little white ones. I didn't get any because I did end up ordering a pack of them a couple of months ago, so I didn't get any new ones, but I was really surprised to see that they were at Hobby Lobby. I don't go to Hobby Lobby very often. Usually it seems like when we go out shopping, it seems like it's almost always on a Sunday. So I don't get to make it in there very often, but today was Friday, so I did make it in there. Okay, so you can see where I'm going with these strips right here. I am going to put the title T is for television right there on that green strip. I wanted to do something else for the circles. So I did get this Prima die. It is kind of a flowery lace looking doily. I got that off the Peachy Cheap website one day. They had the deal of the day was that die and then two smaller dies that are kind of like flowers that have little bits in them that pop up. So I am using both those dies. You can see over on the left hand side, the yellow and the greens. That's the small dies that I used. And then the big black ones is that Prima die. They came in a set from Peachy Cheap, and I love them. I'm like really into dies lately. It's insane. So as I said, I am going to use this white for my background, but I am going to go ahead and put the black border on it. Now, the other challenge I was doing this for, can't remember what the challenge was called, but you had to use two neutral colors. So I chose black and white, and then you had to use a camera. So I am going to pull a camera in here as well. Now I am going to ink the edges of all my papers with the Tim Holtz Distress ink in Black Soot. Now the reason I pulled those dies out is if you see on the sketch, there's those two circle elements. On the sketch it's stitching, but I didn't feel like doing that. Although in the sketch challenge you had to use a sketch, but you also had to do stitching or some kind of a faux stitching, and I ended up going with the faux stitching around the borders of my strips. I didn't really feel like stitching circles. I didn't want to hand stitch. I've been pretty lazy. I'm having a good time doing these challenges. It seems to take me in a different direction than I normally would have went in. If I was sitting here doing something on my own, probably I would do something time consuming that, you know, would take me a while to stitch or whatnot. So there you go. I am going to go ahead and trim this down. I'm going to make those strips just a little bit shorter. The green, it's going to be the green, the yellow, then the red. So the yellow is in the middle and it's going to be longer, whereas the red and the green are going to be a little bit shorter. This is funny. In the end, when I was looking at this video, it reminded me of an African flag. I kind of thought I was making up things in my own mind, so I had to Google African flags. I had no idea there were so many different colors, but the one that I was referring to is the red, yellow, and green one. So, okay. Whew. All right, I think we're good. Okay, my computer kept stopping right there and it kept going backwards on my thing, so I have a little bit of dead space right there. You probably heard a big old blip. I don't know what the problem is. Okay, anyways, we're gonna go ahead and forget that was even there. I am gonna go ahead and put these circles down at the top and the bottom. I originally had the top and the left and the bottom at the right, but somehow I should not be trusted with ink around white because I have black smudges all over this paper. That is why I had to move the circle down at the bottom. I had to move that one over onto the left hand side because there was a big smudge there. I don't know what I did or how I did it, but somehow I managed to totally jack that up. So my circles had to change positions. I am going to ink the edge of this one. This one's going to go up at the top. I am going to put kind of another little title on it, a little mini title. It just says American History Museum. That is where these photos were. They had this exhibit. It was called T is for Television. And in one of the photos, you have Oscar the Grouch, that one Muppet, or not Muppet, is it a Muppet or a puppet? Whatever it is, from Sesame Street, Prairie, whatever her name is, Mr. Rogers' creepy old red sweater. I used to love Mr. Rogers until I became an adult and he just was creepy. And then there's like Bozo the Clown and there's some Mickey Mouse stuff. And it was just a very, very small exhibit, but it was really cool to see those things from your childhood, just different icons. I thought that was really neat, except for the Bozo the Clown because that was before my time. So there you go. Okay, so I am going to pull out some chipboard pieces that are from Bella Boulevard. You can see right there, yeah, technical difficulties as per usual. I am going to take a chipboard piece right there. It's a geotag. It says "We Are Here." I'm going to put that right there in front of American History Museum. And then I'm going to pull out the camera out of that same pack and use that. I am going to put those little flowers around the page. Now, they don't necessarily look like flowers. They just look like these cool little round circles with little things popped up in the middle of them. I like them. I think they're pretty cool looking. I have so many embellishments, but for some reason I would just rather pull out a die and do something like this. It just makes me happy and I don't know why. That black one is the bigger version of it, and I don't end up using the black ones. Those ones I just put away and we'll just have to use them later. Up there in that corner I am going to use a green one and a yellow one. Now I am also going to pull out a pack of Mombi chips, and on top of those I am going to layer up a little kind of like a speech bubble, and it says "So Much Fun" on it. I am going to kind of lose some footage. I don't know if I lost that or not. I will end up pulling out this little label right here. Look at that. Aren't those cute? Those came from Pretty Little Studio. Remember when they had that big sale? I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, and these little packs of labels and things were like 20 cents. I got like 3 bags of them. I really like them. This one's not going to make it on the page though, but it's really cute. It's red and has little white polka dots on it. It's very cute. Anyway, that's not going to end up making it, but I will pull out some enamel dots, and then I will lose a little bit of footage of me putting them down around the page. I do just put 2 up in the top right hand cluster, and I put 3 in the bottom left hand cluster, but I take a big one and put it right in the center of that chipboard piece. See right there, there's a star in it. I wasn't loving the star on this, so I just put a big black enamel dot on it. It worked. Here I'm going to add a little extra adhesive. I was being pretty sparing with that adhesive when I put that colorful block down. Do you see it? I was talking about how I used that colorful paper in the center thinking, oh, I want some more color. You don't even see it. I mean, it's there and you can see it, and especially when I'm talking about it, you can see it, but if you're just kind of glancing at it, it's that red, yellow, and green that pops out at you. At least it does for me anyway. I don't know. It's the weirdest thing. Now on this one, I still have not done journaling. I don't know if I will or not. This is from when Jim and I went to Washington, D.C. I do have a few more layouts that I could do. I might just print the pictures and, you know, put them in like little, like pocket page just put all the pictures in there, pocket page style. I'm not sure. I haven't decided. I feel like I've been working on finishing April 2018 photos for months. I really feel like I have been. This year, the only month I have completed is 2018, and that is ridiculous. I just have random things here and there. Okay, I did mention before strips, and I went ahead and did that just right here. Here's where I pull out the enamel dots. I am using a red and I am using black. Well, I mean two red dots, and then the rest of them are black. Alright guys, after I do that, I do not do anything else to this layout. It appears that I need to put a date on it. How about that? Alright guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.